Hi friends, Sanbonani. I hope you guys are good. My name is Wandi, aka Wandi Lu. If you are new here, welcome back to my channel. It's good to have you. Welcome to my new subscribers. I got a bunch of new subscribers on the back of my last video. If you haven't watched that video, I will link it where things get linked. In today's video, I'm bringing you back into my home. We're doing a bedroom refresh. So by refresh, I mean, I'm not starting from scratch. I'm just one or two tweaks here and there. Nothing too expensive. I want to show you that you can do the most with very, very little. I only spent 300 bucks. So, you know what I mean? Like we're not breaking the bank here. If that is your vibe and you want to see the transformation, stick around. This is what my room is looking like at the moment, okay? It's clean, it's minimal. The headboard was a DIY. I just reupholstered a Decofurn headboard many years ago. Haven't changed it. It's fine, you know? But that is something I can change, and changing that will have a big impact on the room. I'm not changing my bedding. I'm actually gonna lean into the bedding. The bedding and the walls are what's gonna inform my design choices. The bedding itself is like, it's white, but it's got texture and little bumps and curves, and it's white, but it's interesting with little floral embroidery and things. So it's beautiful. I love it. We're leaning into it. So it's kind of giving cottage vibes. So that's the vibe, that's the aesthetic that I'm going to try and replicate in this space. I'm not painting the walls. Remember, this is a refresh, not a full-on redo. I don't have a rug. I'm not getting a rug. Not yet. This room actually will change again in the future to lean more towards a mid-century style. But until we do that, I want to get it to a place where it feels like rest and it feels intentionally designed. So we're going to go budget but impactful. Let's talk through this mood board. So for all my mood boards, I use Milanote. It's just really great for planning. You can click and drag images on Pinterest. You can make notes. I use it to write measurements, to-do lists. It's really great and it's free. So if you want to sign up to Milanote, I have a link in my description. I'm not sponsored, but I'm a big believer in Milanote. My mood board is very simple, okay? There's not a lot going on because I'm not trying to do too much, but it helps me kind of gather my thoughts. I know that I want a headboard that makes a statement, right? I feel like the headboard can really change a room and can influence the feeling of the room. So I know I want something that's either checkered like this over here, a really busy and fun pattern. That to me always leans more cottage. And also remember, whatever you choose, no matter how busy it is, you're gonna have pillows in front of it and scatter cushions. So it's not gonna consume, you know, your entire room. It's a very small section and you can always tone it down with how you layer. I love the stripe, so that's something that I was considering as well. Again, leaning into the cottage feel, but I knew I wanted something busy. I wanted to be busy because although my bedding is white and textured and also kind of busy, it reads plain from a distance. This image over here actually was a big inspiration because if you look at the bedding, it's also got that very plain white, similar to mine, and then they've got a busy headboard. So I was like, you know, this is a vision. I love the idea of having light hanging on the wall, but for myself, I've already got an existing lamp which is just beautiful, so I'm keeping that, but I definitely want to have another hanging light fixture. I do have a work lamp that I got, hey guys, I got from IKEA. We don't have IKEA in this country. I don't even know if we have IKEA like on the African continent. But when I was in Ireland, because I like things, I went to IKEA and I got this lamp. And the cool thing about this lamp is that not only can it clip onto your desk, but you can also mount it onto the wall. So that's really great. We don't have an IKEA here, but I'm sure you can find, you know, similar lamps on Takealot or Amazon or pretty much anywhere actually. Leroy Merlin, they all have lamps. So I definitely want to take this from my office and put it in my bedroom. This over here is not an inspiration. It's actually a print that I've had for the longest time. I bought it many years ago. It was never my style. I was like, what am I doing? I remember I bought it because I needed to like increase my order value to get free shipping. So I'm like, what can I get? What can I get? And so I got this. So I've been sitting on this for years. I have never used it. So I'm definitely using it today because I want to reuse things. So yeah, that's the plan. Now that we know the vision, the plan, it's time to secure a headboard, right? The headboard is gonna dictate what happens in this room. So I went to Fiona's in Randburg. I started looking around. First of all, Fiona's is fantastic. The staff is great. They've got a wide selection of fabrics. They're really affordable. Like just top tier. I'm very, very happy. They are definitely my go-to fabric stores. So if you are in Randburg, if you are in Johannesburg, definitely give them a try. I've never shopped anywhere else. So if there is another really good fabric store that you are aware of, please let us know in the comments. Yeah, we wanna, sharing is caring, guys. I went to Fiona's, almost lost my mind, so many options, but thankfully I found what I was looking for. But I also found an alternative fabric. And I was like, oh, do I still want to go with this kind of checkered cottage thing? Oh, I wasn't sure. So I took a sample of each, brought it back home and tested it against the room. Like, which one do I like? What makes more sense? Because how you see your fabric in the store and how it translates in the actual space might not be the same. The lighting's not the same. The background's not the same. So you want to take your sample against the wall, against another piece of fabric, and see how that fabric looks in your space. So this is the fabric that I went with, which is crazy close to what I had in my mood board. I mean, it's not exact, but like this is the feel, this is the vibe, right? Got it in the upholstery section. It was 50 Rand a meter, so I only needed 2 meters. So I spent $100. Very, very affordable. This is definitely different to what I had before, and that's what I wanted. Once that decision was made, I was like, okay, we are doing this. I have a lot of frames, and most of them I get from Facebook Marketplace because they are so cheap. I'm actually going to do a Facebook Marketplace video, a dedicated video. I got this frame from Facebook Marketplace. I loved the size of the frame. I loved the matting. I didn't care about what was going on in the frame. It's actually a puzzle, but it was not something that I wanted to put up on my wall. For what I'm trying to do in this room, that pink matting that I really loved just wasn't gonna work. I needed a way to break up the red frame from the map print, so I painted it. I was like, I have the paint, I have the time, let me just paint this. I painted it white, did several layers. It turned out great. Like, I was really, really happy with how it turned out. And so all I had to do now was just, put the art in the frame, which was a little bit too big because obviously I didn't buy the print with the frame in mind. And so all I had to do was just cut it down and, Bob's your uncle. Painting it white definitely made the art stand out, because also the art or the art print or the map print is very close to the color of the wall. So you need something to kind of brighten it up. Next on the list is to remove the old headboard cover to make way for the new one. It was very easy. Guys, what I love about covering your headboard is that it doesn't have to be permanent. If you use staple guns, the staples can be removed. It's not like using glue that might be a little bit more problematic. So using a staple gun really makes life easier. You can just pop those out, pull them out, and it doesn't actually damage the fabric. So I can definitely reuse this fabric again in the future, which is quite nice. So it's not wasteful. So once I had removed the fabric from the headboard, I had to put it back in place so that I could start planning where my art would sit. And it's best to do this when you just have the frame. At this time, the matting for my frame was still drying, so I was able to, move the frame with ease. Once you have the glass and the art, and it can be quite heavy, so it's nice to be able to move things around and have that flexibility and have it be light on the wall. I am doing this by myself, so I can't afford any injuries. And then we move on to the fun part, which is actually covering the headboard. Guys, it is so simple. It is the easiest thing you'll ever do. As long as you have a staple gun and you use it safely, you can definitely do this. If you have a staple gun, you have fabric, like the world is your oyster. The reason why this works though is because my headboard is very simple. Mine was from Decofurn. I bought it a million years ago. I'm pretty sure they still have it. So if you have a Decofurn headboard and you're not really feeling the style anymore, maybe recover it. I wouldn't get rid of it just yet. It's time to finally put the room together. I'm not going to talk you through it. You guys can see what's happening. Hopefully I can find some decent music. But yeah, let's put this room together. All the prep has been done. We've covered the headboard. We've assembled the art. We've drilled what we need to drill in the walls. And now it's time to put this thing together. It's not a lot. I've made very few changes, but I feel like they're very impactful. So yeah, let's do this. So these cushions, which are perfection, I love them so much, and I got them at a discount. Ooh, we love a discount. These cushions I got from Mr. Price Home. Okay, they were 120 rand, but because there was a promotion, they were marked down to 100 bucks. So I only paid 200 rand, which makes my total 300 rand for this makeover. I love it. If you're looking for cushions, Mr. Price Home is normally where I start. They've got a really wide selection. The quality is really good, and also very affordable. What I love about Mr. Price, this is not, also they didn't sponsor this. I'll let you guys know when I'm sponsored, okay? What I love about Mr. Price is that abahlupi when it comes to returns. Like, they're not fussy, they're not problematic when it comes to returns. I've done it so many times where I've used Mr. Price in a lot of home decor projects. What I'll normally do is I'll buy a bunch of cushions. Like, I'll buy, let's say, like 6 different types of cushions because I'm not quite sure what will work in the space. And then I pick the 4 or I pick the 2 that I want, and I go back and I return them. And it's always a very seamless, easy process. So I don't know. I'm not saying that other shops aren't like this, but I've always had a good return experience with Mr. Price. So yeah, if you are afraid and you're not sure and you're like, ooh, should I, shouldn't I? Just buy everything. Buy everything, figure out what you like, and then return it. I think it's a lot better to buy everything at once and return what you don't need than to be doing multiple trips. We are finally done. This is the space. I couldn't be happier. Alright friends, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you are working on any space right now in your home. Is it your kitchen? Is it your lounge? Is it your bedroom? What are you working on if you are working on something? And if you're not working on anything, what do you want to be working on? Or is everything set? Are we there? Have we arrived? I'm gonna go. I am rambling. I know it's time to end the video when I am rambling. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you as always in the next one. Bye.